This is Code.org. I'm currently working on CS Discoveries. I'm on Unit 3, Animation and Games, Lesson 12, Keyboard Input, Part 6, Gears with Conditionals. Let's make the gear spin only when the space key is being held down. Ooh, and we've already seen these gears once, right? So do this. Add an if statement. Well, first I want to see what we have. Let's go ahead and hit run. Do we have... Oh, right. And so these are the gears we animated earlier. Now we're going to make them responsive to an if statement. Use key down as an input to the if statement to check when the space key is pressed. Move the code that makes the gears rotate inside the if statement. All right. So here we are. What's making our gears rotate? Well, yep, we have the declaration for their sprite, right? So we create this variable named blue gear. Blue gear set animation to the blue gear. That all looks good. We then use our function draw animation. We set the background to white, and what you need to remember, and I sometimes honestly forget, is that this is being drawn repeatedly. It loops and it loops and it loops. So it clears the background, it draws our three gears. Well, it changes the property of our three gears to a little bit more or less, and then it draws them all. And then immediately it loops back around, it clears the background, and changes the property plus or minus of the three gears so they look like they're moving, and draws it all. And then it whites out the whole screen, and it's so fast we never see the screen actually just blank. We see it with these gears looking like they're moving. It wants us to now change this to use an if statement, so I'm going to drop that in here. And if we're holding down the key, then we're going to draw the gears moving. So how could we do that? Well, let's go ahead and do as instructed. Add an if statement, use the key down as an input for the if, move the code that makes the gears rotate. So let's just put the rotation stuff in here as it instructs, okay? And now it also told us what we want in the if, which I believe is under world. Yep, key down. I'm going to drop this in here. And the key we're looking for, I believe, is space. Okay? So I think that's it. We're going to hit reset and see. Oh no, the gears are not moving. That's because I need to hold space. Hopefully it works. We'll find out now. And if I let go of space, because our function is being run over and over and over, so it's constantly looking. Is space down? Is space down? Is space down? More times than I can count, right? Not even once a second. 40 times a second. 1,000,000 times a second. Constantly. So the second I hit space, up, down. So I think we just hit our requirements with our fancy gears and move in. Let's just make sure I can't get enough space. Move the code to make sure the gears. Yep, we have. Awesome. So putting the rotation in the if statement is what worked for me. Great, let's keep going.